Scotch, bourbon, and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
Hey everybody, welcome
to an all-new Trenny and C. He's Trenny, I'm C, and today we have an amazing exclusive bottle. We are some of the first, if not the first people to review this bottle before it's even released, at least here in BC. And that I'm excited by that because of the fact that, like, we're just two regular dudes, and we are getting to try some of the best whiskey literally on the planet. Or presumably
and
so.
You know what? Luckily, for us, being Canadian, we are discovering that some of the best whiskey out there is Canadian whiskey. And we're hoping, we haven't tried this yet, but Wiser'S have come out in the last number of years with some fantastic products. This is the second release of a cask strength Wiser'S product. Last year was 23 years old. This is 22 years old. However,
is it on the shelf somewhere there?
Probably
right down, or is that Seven Rebels?
So,
anyway. It's on the ground there.
There you go. Okay, so here's number 23.
Here, let's do
23-year-old and 22-year-old.
Look at the color difference from the port.
So I got to say, that's like the big main difference here is now they are, I believe, aging this for an extra year in, I read about it a little bit. It's actually aging it in
French ruby red port casks?
French barrels, but then calling it port. So I think it's been kind of like christened with port and then using French barrels. So it's kind of like a combo of everything.
Can I read the label to you?
Oh, sure.
It says, a bold and complex medley of aged corn and rye spice.
Lovely.
Okay, so there's your blend, corn and rye. Finished in seasoned, there's your exactly what you said, seasoned French oak, ruby red port casks. And look at the little red accents in the 22 even. Oh,
it's a beautiful bottle. We've said this numerous times, but I'll say it again. We love this square bottle. You know, like, for storing purposes, you can stack them quite well.
Would you say it's hip to be square?
It's hip to be square. I'd say so.
And they got that little kind of like, maroon, topper. Yeah. And like the whole thing is very, very cool looking.
So getting to this bottle specifically, one thing I think that... Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, she's tight.
Oh, freaking...
Gluggy.
Pre-glug.
Oh, that was so
bit of a pre-glug.
That was so expensive. Look at the strawberry juice tinge to it.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. So this is... I've said this before, too.
Port cask.
I've said this before, that people, the first year they released a real... big age to it was the 35-year-old. Mm-hmm. Then it went to the 23, and now it's 22. But I can't, when they came up with the 23, it didn't lessen the quality of it.
No, going from 35 to 23, and then cask strengthening it, was almost like, dare I say, an improvement.
Yeah, it was. It really was. So here we go. Like you said, the nice kind of strawberry color to it. On the nose. Oh.
Okay. It's got a big, bold, like, you can smell the 59%.
Yeah, the nose is... I mean, this is just opening up.
You know what's
interesting? It's nice and bold. It's really clovey and...
But not nose hair burning.
No.
Like, it's big, but it's not...
People that... Okay, I think if you know Wiser'S... especially the 23 and the 35 and all those styles, you're going to come to this one and, like, instantly for me, I smell it and go, it's like this familiar...
Like coming home.
Yeah, it's coming home.
Like, it has that lovely corn...
Really, really nice nose.
Wiser'S house kind of style to it. Nice spices of the rye, like...
I mean, there's the cloviness, there's the vanilla.
There's actually quite a bit of vanilla.
Pie kind of filling thing to it.
I'm getting tons of vanilla off this one, actually. And you know what? Port's interesting because it's kind of kind of rare as a finish. Like it's not super rare. Like we've had a few port cask finished whiskeys before, but it's not super common either. It's not like sherry.
No,
right? Like sherry's usually like everything.
Yeah.
But port's a little bit more rare to see whiskeys finished in port, and it has a huge influence.
It's an interesting choice because, like, a lot of Canadian whiskey, and we'll include Wiser'S in this, has like a sweet overall vibe to it, where port also is a sweeter wine,
Right.
you know? So
It's like sweet on sweet.
it's sweet on sweet, but it doesn't necessarily, you know, like, I just think when I hear sweet on sweet, it's going to be kind of sickly and like really syrupy and too dense to really take down. But the nose is like, it's got like some strawberry and like peach syrup but I'm also kind of finding like
I'm getting like the marzipan vanilla kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I gotta taste this stuff.
Okay, let's get into it.
59%.
Here we go. Oh, that's good. Very, very tingly. Like,
You know what?
that's alive.
That's where
It's alive!
that's where you kind of remember that the drinking part is actually pretty damn important. Because that flavor is really bright. You know, it's big. The 59% is there. It's spicy on the finish.
There's something almost cakey about it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just so vanilla'd on this thing. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm stuck on that, but like, there's something very like, to me, it was like, it had this like cakey kind of battery kind of
Like cake batter stuff. Yeah.
not like a battery, but batter.
Not like licking a battery where you get shocked or
Well,
whatever.
actually, there's a little bit of that too.
There's a bit of a shock there. Yeah.
Oh man, this is good.
It's, you know when you have like, when you order something that's birthday cake flavored?
Yep,
This kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
that's what I'm saying.
Like sprinkles. This Wiser'S this year has sprinkles.
It does, and a tingle and a sprinkle.
But now, having said that, on the finish and you get past, like, because it is actually relatively sweet.
But there's
But there's
definitely
like almost like a dark chocolate, like really dark chocolate kind of mouth feel to it at the end.
like a cocoa almost.
Yeah.
Well, there's the 22 years, like the oak influence is there as well.
True.
Like kind of mid palate, it's like the oak shows up, and it's quite nice.
I would arguably say though, because this is a lesser percentage this year, 1 year younger.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's tasting a little sweeter than last year's. I don't know if
maybe a
that's
touch.
necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just slightly different.
I'm also now getting a bit of a mid palate, like that yeast note of the 11 Souls.
It's really nice. It's really good.
This one's really developing for me, like even just sip by sip right now.
Yeah. Because there's some fruity notes in there as well. There's obviously the spice of a little bit of rye in there. The overall Wiser'iness of it is there.
Well, there's the percentage that gives it some tingle. There's the rye spice. There's that kind of like buttery vanilla thing going on, a little bit cakey. There's so much here, actually. The more you think about it, there's so much going on here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to sit with this one for a little while because it's developing every minute that I taste it.
And now I'm leaning towards 11 Souls now, which was our whiskey of the year 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Right? Like now I'm getting that 11 Souls yeasty influence. Like,
yeah,
this is cool.
Very good.
I like how it's like there's a lot. It's so dynamic.
There's a lot
Like, it's
happening in
very
this class.
complex.
Yeah.
Very complex.
So
You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. It's so complex.
it's complicated.
It's so
Like
complicated.
my relationship with this
Yeah.
whiskey on Facebook, our status,
Your
is complicated.
It's complicated. Like, but it's a good complicated.
Yeah, like no one else
Oh,
gets
man.
it.
No one else really understands us. Wiser's 22.
So again, this is our first try. We're gonna get into this bottle a lot because we love it. We have our Dram Club people who are gonna get a good dose of this as well. So
Look at the legs on it too. Sorry, but I mean,
great legs.
yes, long legs. Yeah. So
become a Patreon if you haven't already.
Sure.
You can watch people drink this
live.
Live.
Click
so-
like,
Yeah.
subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Cheers.
Trenny and C.